Hi ladies, so today in this video I wanted to do a postpartum weight loss update, and this is 1 year later. It is quite some time after giving birth, but I kind of just wanted to talk about my journey and the weight that I gained, the weight that I lost, how I lost it, how I felt during these times, because honestly we all know if you've had a baby that there's a lot of expectations out there, and we all go through these type of things, so I just wanted to share what I experienced. So to get started, I was 41 weeks pregnant when I got induced. I had gained a total of 43 pounds. My starting weight was 112, and I went up to 155. So as I mentioned, I gained 43 pounds. I think the average you're supposed to gain with pregnancy is 25 to 30 pounds. So obviously I went over. And honestly, I was doing well as far as weight gain, because I was really paranoid with gaining weight. And I did really well in the first and second trimester, and it's the third trimester that really killed me. I was looking at my pregnancy vlogs from a while back, and I did one at 30 weeks. And at 30 weeks, I had only gained 22 pounds. So that was 7 months, gained 22 pounds. That's not bad at all. So I looked at that and I was like, oh my goodness, the last 2 months is when I gained another 20 pounds. If you see me looking down, I have my little notes here because it's a lot of numbers. So I gained 20 pounds just the last 2 months. And I think that was due to just feeling so heavy, not being as active as I was in the first 2 trimesters, and just being really tired. All that sleepiness from the first trimester came back, and I was just so tired. I didn't want to do anything. All I wanted to do is sleep. And I had no kids already, so all I could do if I wanted to was sleep. So if you hear me a little stuffy too, I am a little stuffy, so sorry about that. So I gained 20 pounds the last 2 months. I think throughout my whole pregnancy, one thing that I learned after the fact is that I need to be more active. I stopped working out when I got pregnant. One, because the first trimester I was so tired and all I wanted to do is sleep. And 2, because I just thought, I wasn't going to really gain a lot of weight. But it's really easy to gain weight because, one, you're so hungry all the time. And I was doing really well. Every time I was hungry, I reached for a healthy snack. I wasn't eating a lot of junk food. But you are hungry. So if you have the tendency of reaching for, if you don't have already a healthy lifestyle, it's really easy to gain weight. Because you'll reach for snacks, but they won't be healthy. It'll be chips or cookies or something like that. So I didn't work out, which next pregnancy I definitely am going to continue doing, is working out. And I wasn't really active. So I think that was the biggest thing, because honestly I didn't eat that bad. I do admit that the last 2 months I did kind of indulge, and it's just so easy to gain weight because you don't feel right now, if I were to eat, I would feel stuffed or bloated, or I would feel a little pudge or something. But when you're pregnant, you don't feel that, so you just want to eat, and you're like, wow, this is amazing, I'm not gaining any weight, which in reality you are, and it's not the baby. So another thing is, you're not eating for 2. You're supposed to intake the same amount of calories that I think it's just a couple hundred maybe extra, but it's not that much. So just continue eating what you eat. Okay, so that was during my pregnancy, what I had gained, when I kind of gained it, and all that good stuff. So after giving birth, 20 pounds was gone automatically. So right after I had her, I would say probably maybe I weighed myself the week after, 20 pounds had gone away. I went from 155 to 135. So that's normal, I think, when you have a baby, because that's really how much the placenta and the baby, all that stuff weighs. So that's why they only say you're supposed to gain 25 to 30 max. So I lost 20 pounds, and so I'm like, okay, now I'm left with this extra, what was it, another 20 pounds pretty much to lose. So, and that's really hard. Anybody who's kind of gained weight and lost it, it's so easy. I think we all know it's so easy to gain the weight, but to lose it is extremely hard. So those first 3 months while I was on maternity leave, I really didn't do anything, even though at 6 months, at 6 weeks, they tell you can, when you're released to be active or whatever. I really didn't work out much. Honestly, I just wanted to enjoy my time with my baby, and I had to go back to work at 3 months, so I figured that I would worry about it then. But at those 3 months, I was just going to worry, not worry, but like take care of her, worry about her, just focus on breastfeeding and all that stuff, because I did breastfeed, but I didn't have like a surplus of milk either. I did have to supplement with formula. I think like 1 bottle a day I supplemented with formula, because I didn't just produce tons of milk like some women do. So I did struggle a little bit with breastfeeding because, and I did worry about it a lot. So that's why I didn't work out or do anything. And then, so also those 3 months, I didn't lose anything. If anything, I probably gained about a pound or 2 because I lounged around, I watched TV. It was like 3 months of vacation for me because I knew I had to go back to work. So once I got back to work, it was still 20 pounds over. I had 20 pounds to lose. So I decided, so I had her December 12th. I went back to work around March 12th, March 5th, something like that. I still didn't work out or do anything. I was getting back into the routine of work. In April, I got a membership at LA Fitness, and which is right by my job, and I was planning to go during my lunch break. So I did that for about 4 months. I would take the cycling class during lunch, and so in 4 months of doing LA Fitness on my own, I lost 10 pounds. But then I wasn't seeing the results I wanted to see. I did change my eating habits. I wasn't indulging as much. I was watching the calorie intake, but also I wasn't worrying about my food so much because you still have to eat a certain amount of calories when you're breastfeeding. So I kind of struggled with that, like wanting to diet but not being able to diet because you need to breastfeed. So I was just trying to eat as healthy as I could. So that was 4 months of LA Fitness. Then in August, so that was from April to August, well, I would say May, yeah, April to August, somewhere around there. In August, I started doing kickboxing. Now, I had done kickboxing before I had gotten pregnant, and that's really what maintained my weight before then, and I really enjoyed kickboxing. I just have this, like, fighter in me, and I love to, like, punch things and kick and beat up stuff. So my brother's the same way, so for some reason we have that. And so I started kickboxing because I wasn't seeing the results at LA Fitness, because honestly when I would go to the cycling class it was the same old thing, and then besides that I didn't know what to do on my own. I needed somebody telling me what to do. So I started kickboxing, and I went during my lunch break because I found a place by my job, and in 2 months I lost 8 pounds. So I lost a lot more weight quicker than I did at LA Fitness in 2 months. And by this time I had already stopped breastfeeding or pumping at work. So I stopped at 7 months with Callie. And so that really helped me out a lot, kickboxing. I just felt better. I lost more weight that I wanted to lose. And honestly, I had given myself about a year. Honestly, I thought I was going to lose all my weight in like 4 months, which didn't happen because my friend was like, oh, I fit into my pants already at 4 months. So when 4 months came along and I didn't fit in my pants still, I was getting really stressed out and really frustrated. And then I was like, okay, maybe at 6 months. So 6 months, the pants started fitting a little bit, but still not the way I wanted, and not, obviously not the body that I had before pregnancy. Then I was like, okay, well, I'll give myself 8 months. 8 months passed by. I started getting better and feeling better about myself, which was, I think, the most important thing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to give myself a year. If after a year I haven't gotten back to my pre-pregnancy weight, I'm just going to accept my body the way it is and be done with it and be happy. So I would say once I started kickboxing, probably like a month or two after that, that's when I really started feeling good about my body. I started fitting into my clothes again. I could go shopping. I wasn't like just like hating my body, because honestly I was hating my body after pregnancy, and I think that's something that a lot of women go through. And what we need to understand is that not everyone is the same. You're going to gain weight. Some women bounce back quick, but I think this expectation of bouncing back so quickly is unrealistic for the majority of women. So I didn't like my body at all. I hated it. I was frustrated. And so I think the important thing to do is realize that if you're not happy with your body, do something about it. Don't just lounge around. Don't just say, oh, I hate my body, and be satisfied with that. If you can do something about it, do it. And, you know, because we all have our kind of like, what is it called? Our thoughts of how our body should look like. Some people have a little bit more weight on them, and they're completely happy. If they're happy about it, let them be. But if you're not happy and it affects your personality, affects the way you are with people, it affects your mood, then do something about it. But get to the point where you're happy. So right now I am at 117. As I said, my pre-pregnancy was 112, so I'm not at my pre-pregnancy weight. But the most important thing is that I'm happy at where I am. Could I lose another 5 pounds? Can I do it? I can do it. It would require a lot more work. Obviously, I think my diet could change a little bit. I could easily lose 5 pounds if I really set my mind to it. But right now, I'm happy where I'm at. I feel comfortable in my clothes. I feel comfortable in front of my husband. I feel good about my body. Yeah, would I like to lose my little, because those 5 pounds is honestly all in my tummy. That's where I really gain weight. I don't really gain it proportionally. It's all really in my stomach. So could I lose my little tummy? Yes, I could. Will I? Maybe I will. But for now, I'm at 117. I'm happy where I am. It has been, I think, an emotional journey. I think, really, if you struggle with weight, or if you're very self-conscious about weight. And so it's been a year later. I'm happy. And I think that is it. I know this is a long video and a lot of me blabbing, but I think the key takeaway is that everyone's different. Every woman's different. Everyone gains and loses weight differently. If you're unsatisfied with your body and the way you look, do something about it. Whether change your diet or start exercising. Do something about it if you can, and get to a point where you're happy with your body and happy with yourself. Honestly, I'm a lot more confident. I could see it in my personality, the way I act with people. When I go places, I'm a lot more confident at 117 than I was at 135. Next pregnancy, I know for sure I need to continue working out. It is going to be a little bit different because now, next pregnancy, I'll probably have a toddler or a baby, or well, a toddler. And so I won't be able to rest or sleep as much as I want. But so it'll be a little bit different, and hopefully I won't gain as much weight. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment below, and I hope this was helpful in some way. And I know we're all kind of curious of what other women go through, so that's my story. And I'm also now going to do a belly shot. This isn't really to say, hey, look at my belly now. It's really just for those who are curious of what my belly looks like 1 year later, or 12 months later, 12 months postpartum. Here it is. So here's my belly 1 year later. Let me back up a little bit. So this is I think this is the extra 5 pounds carrying. I do have pajama pants on, so excuse me. I actually look like I'm 10 weeks pregnant. But there it is. I have a little bit left of la línea negra. You can't see it there, but I do have a little bit of it. I didn't get a lot of stretch marks because I used a lot of coconut oil. So There it is, for those who were curious.